Hello and welcome to another video of Factorio. I'm Deozaan. And last time we left off having just finished setting up the advanced oil processing and oil cracking and realizing we were very low on power. So the reason for that is because these things haven't been able to keep up, basically. And when I did that, when I set it so that these miners would provide all the coal for all of these, in the moment I did it, I even said to myself, I'm going to regret that later. But I did it anyway. So I have only myself to blame. Which, I mean, not that I could have blamed anyone else anyway, but, you know. So I need a few engines to make some pumps. In this video, we're going to go finish or do more of the oil processing. Probably expand it out a bit too. Like in the initial one over here, all I did was plastic because that's what I needed for the research. But you can also make sulfur and sulfuric acid and batteries and lubricant and solid fuel, so we're probably going to do some of those in this video. Okay, pumps and research. Let's do robotics. 1, 2. That'll be enough for now. Okay, where'd they go? So this pump is going to pump fluid from the heavy oil into the cracking. This pump is going to pump light oil into the cracking, but I'm going to set up special rules. Actually, I don't remember how to get rid of these. Oh well. So from there to the pump, from there to the pump. So I'm going to make it, instead of just pumping all the time and cracking as much heavy oil as we can all the time. Still don't have enough electricity. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that later. Yeah, we're maxed out. So instead of having this pumping all the time and using up all of the heavy oil, there are some things, such as lubricant, that we need heavy oil for. So I don't want to use it all up and crack it into light oil. But I also don't want to have this thing full and preventing production of these other fluids. So I'm going to set up, I connected the green wire, what's it called? It's just called green wire, okay. So what it does is it connects these things into a network of, a circuit network is what it's called. And it can read the values of what's in the storage tank, each of these storage tanks, and then I can set rules for when to enable the pump. So I'm going to allow the pump to pump the heavy oil into the cracking when the heavy oil is greater than the amount of light oil. So if we're running low on light oil, we can pump it into the cracking to get more light oil. And you can see this red dot right there means that it's not enabled right now. And so this one, similarly, we set it up so that if the light oil is greater than, and see right now, because by default it sets it to greater than 0, that light is green, so it's pumping. Anyway, set it to petroleum, and now that statement is no longer true, because we have more petroleum than we have light oil. It's not pumping anymore. So that's how I kind of manage the amounts of fluids, so that if this is full, then these ones can also fill up. But if this is empty, then these ones will empty out, trying to produce more petroleum. And I'll expand these out more so that I can crack it faster. But right now we're not using any petroleum over here because I haven't set anything up to do that. So probably the first thing I will set up is making sulfuric acid. So how do I want to do that? What do I need to make sulfuric acid? First I need to make sulfur. So that requires water and petroleum. Okay. So if the petroleum comes up from here, I can kind of follow the same design as these cracking, actually. Well, I want to give myself a little more space than that, just because some of these things can start taking up a space. And I need to have a space between all of these. So if you look at this, this makes 2 sulfur every 1 second, and then you use the sulfur to make sulfuric acid, but it needs 5 sulfur every 1 second. So basically 1.5 of these, no, 2.5 of these will produce 5 sulfur a second. So what that means is, if you double it, 5 of these producing the sulfur can supply enough sulfur for 2 of the chemical plants making sulfuric acid. So that's what the plan is. But to start out, I only need 1 going at a time. But later on, when I need to produce more, I will probably expand these to produce more. Okay, water in the back, petroleum in the front. And I'm setting up all these pipes right now just because, I don't know, just because. I could set up the ghosts, but that's kind of a bit of work. And again, since it's so close, I'm just going to expand it right there. Alright, so what else does it need? That's all. Well, it needs water. I didn't finish connecting the water. Okay, so from that, I can... I usually have it set up the other way, but it doesn't really matter. From there, as I get power to these things, it will start producing some sulfur. And then with the sulfur, let's do light. With the sulfur, I'm just going to set this down so I can look at this. To make sulfuric acid, I need water in one end and sulfuric acid out the other, but I also need iron plates. So that means I need to run a line from the bus up here. Another thing I want to do while I'm here is set down a radar, because the cool thing about having radars is when you are looking at your map view, it's kind of shows a, what's the word? It kind of abstracts the world into, you know, colors and things. But if you zoom in a bit, then you can actually see things as they really are from the map view. But if you don't have radar coverage, then it's still just the abstract stuff. So having the radar here will let me see, actually look at this, even if I'm far away, which I need to add some more radar coverage elsewhere in my base. But anyway, that's the point of doing that. So now we should be, well, we would be consuming some petroleum if that was still going, but anyway, we need the iron. And actually, I don't know if I want to go through this coal patch. I might skirt around it or something. On the other hand, I'm probably going to be having the plastic bars come down at about the same place, so I could send the iron up the same way. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Sorry for the noise again. I live on a busy street, there's a lot of traffic, and it's really hot, so I have to have a window open with fans going. So I apologize for all of the noise you are probably hearing from traffic. Okay, that will be plastic bars, and batteries will come in here. So I will send out a belt with iron and copper. Oops. Okay, let's do this the right way. Let's use some of these. That's not going to fit there. I don't really want power lines every 5 feet in this section of the bus, so I'm going to replace them with the big poles. Actually, yeah, I don't know. Okay. And it still doesn't reach. Okay. Put that one right there. And then another one over here. And everything that needs power has power. Oh, speaking of power. Huh, now we have enough power. That's weird. I guess because the oil refineries and chemical plants aren't working anymore since they're full of fluid or something. Anyway, I want to finish building out this oil section, so I'll do that and then I'll worry about expanding the power after that. I'm out of belts. Almost. I only have 2 left. Belts. I could use a couple more inserters too. Should be fine on most of the other things. And do I want to cut through all of these trees, or do we just want to go up a bit higher? I think I want to go up a bit higher. Did I finish that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see. These ones can actually be placed right next to each other because it's the same fluids going in and out on each end. So I will have water so close. Fine, I'll just connect it all. Or I could move that down. Yeah, let's do that. So this is the top one. Okay, and I think I will put sulfuric acid down here, and lubrication I will just do right here because it doesn't take much. Chemical plants. Construction robots. That's a little close. There's a part of me that wants to do that just because I could put the storage tank right there and it'd be really compact and nice, but I'll probably regret it later when I want to expand things out or do something different or something. Well, actually, no, I can, yeah, that'll be fine. But I will do that. That way if I want to have another lubricant plant right there, they can both feed into the storage tank. Yeah, why not? Okay, and then from there, alright. So lubricant will be useful for making electric engines and other things. So it's nice to get some of that going. Alright, let's finish this. I will have this come come in the front because the sulfur needs to come in the back. And the reason why I brought copper, even though the sulfuric acid doesn't need copper, it just needs iron. That's because I also want to make batteries, and that requires iron and copper and sulfuric acid. So those will be made probably right here. Where is this coal? Here it is. So one thing that I haven't done yet is plastic. And to be quite honest, with this coal patch right here, it would be convenient to have plastic being made right here. But maybe I'll just do it down here, because plastic only needs coal and petroleum gas. Anyway, let's at least finish. Need lights. Let's at least finish the sulfuric acid. Okay, so that's going to come down to, we'll just put the storage tank right here, this general area. And offset it by 1. Actually, I'll offset it by 1 that way, so 2 I guess. That way the if I need any fluid to come out of here, it doesn't run into that belt. Okay, do that, and do that. I don't know if I really need to get modules. I don't know if I really need to send the fluid back this way. Well, yeah, if I'm going to be doing, well, no, I don't know. But that should do it. And why isn't this working? Oh, because I haven't hooked up the... Oops. I haven't hooked up the iron or the sulfur yet. Okay. So that will get some sulfuric acid being produced. Next on the agenda is either batteries or plastic bars again. I may do plastic bars since I'm right here. But I think this video has gone on long enough. That will be something that we have to do next time, I suppose. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you will be back for the next one. Alright, bye-bye.